Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Cancer placements, there may be a message in here for you. So Cancer, to get started, I'm going to read from my notes some channeled messages that came through. So what I was seeing for you, Cancer, is some sort of glitch, and how it was coming through was sort of like in sci-fi movies that have like time travel in them, where like something from the past, like let's say the characters go back to the past and they change something, and so it's kind of like in the current, present, or future, it's permanently changed, where there's like, I was seeing something as like either disappearing or changing into something else. And so how it was coming through for you, like where like, yeah, something ceases to exist. So what's coming through for you is that it does feel like a positive thing, Cancer, where you maybe went through some sort of like trauma or some sort of unpleasant event, whatever it is, in the past. And it feels like that event or whatever it is, trauma feels like a very heavy word. It doesn't have to be that extreme, but it does feel like that event disrupted some sort of future that you were meant to have, is how it's coming through. So it almost feels like it put you behind, or you had to take a detour or something around this path that was not supposed to happen, is actually how it's coming through. And so I feel like you've gone through like a significant healing period, Cancer, or there's something like that feels kind of like the universe is helping to align you back onto this original path. And it's almost like what I'm seeing is that it's happening in sort of like this glitch where the right path is being implemented as if that past event never happened, is how it's coming through. So you will still remember it, of course, but it's saying that like whatever this past energy was, it will no longer have an impact on your life or your psyche. And it will require some getting used to your new reality. But expect a lot of change. And it was coming through as being like maybe just noticing small things that are like suddenly different, or are suddenly working out a lot better for you. And that's when you know that this path is being corrected. There may also be something of like a lost dream that's also coming back around, or like you're getting motivation to put more energy or effort into some sort of lost dream or something from the past, that maybe in the past you were really excited about something, but after this significant sort of like event, I want to say, maybe you've had to change course, right? Like that's sort of the indication of whatever this is that you're being realigned onto the correct course again. I don't know if it's like, I do feel like there has been healing for you, but it is feeling almost like I'm getting like a Jupiter Wheel of Fortune kind of energy for you. There was also this Libra reading that I did a couple months ago that I was just thinking about right now, that may have a message in there for you, so I will link it if you're interested. So, Cancer, I think that's it for channeled messages. I'm going to start pulling cards. We're using the archetype, the archetypes today. These three just flipped out very quickly. So you have the Fault Line, the Hunter, and Eros, which is the card about passion. And the Fault Line is... Oh, that's so interesting, because I feel like it's something like there's this Marvel show called Loki, which talks about timelines. And there's this like, I think I only watched the first season. I can't remember exactly what it was like about a long time ago. But that's what I'm seeing in this fault lines card, where there's like this main timeline, which I feel like you were supposed to be on, but somehow you got sort of like sidetracked into one of these like offshoots, which the offshoots in that show represented sort of timelines that reached like total annihilation. Like they reached a dead end and like were not going further, but the characters ended up going there in order to hide from their enemy or whatever. I can't remember exactly, but it just feels like, I feel like for you, Cancer, you're getting back on the main timeline is just how it's coming through for you. It's very interesting. With Hunter and Eros. So it could have something to do with like what you're very passionate about, but I am just feeling like this energy of like excitement for you, Cancer. Like I've been, since doing the Scorpio reading, I've just been hearing like Cancer, like, so like just wanting to get to this reading. I haven't been doing readings 2 days in a row for a long time, so this Cancer reading feels very significant. There's a lot of excitement in this, like a readiness to get started. I also feel with the fault line, because that does talk about hold on, let me read it. Okay, so sensing what is ready to break open into chaos. This cracking open is overdue, as fault lines develop slowly and naturally from underlying elemental pressures. It's much better to prepare yourself for change than to walk along the fault line pretending all is well. There's no easy fix for the situation at hand. It will require a foundational shift that alters the current dynamics from the ground up. But I feel like for you, Cancer, that's already, like, you've already worked through that in some way. Like, I feel like there's something here where, I feel like there's, okay, well, maybe there is something currently that you're going through at the moment that, is bringing up this sort of, like, walking on eggshells. Like, maybe there's a precarious situation at the moment, or something like that, but I do feel like you are moving out of that because the Hunter is moving away from it at speed is how I'm getting this. Yeah, the Seeker, the Pursuer, the Predator. The Hunter is on a precise mission with an aim. To return home empty-handed would be to fail, which is not an option. This archetype will journey far and wide, seeking the prize that calls to its heart or stomach. Tales of bravery and feats of strength often result, creating a life full of adventure. The Hunter is skillful, quick, decisive, and results-oriented. What am I hunting? Why am I hunting it? Is the weapon I hold so tightly in my grip truly needed for the task at hand? Okay. And Eros is the root of desire itself. What do we long for? Why are we awakened by love? What makes us hesitate in the face of intimacy? Eros reconnects us with the primal longing to merge with another, human being, nature, music, art, plants, food, or anything that we perceive we are separate from. Eros allows us to momentarily unite. Our life force awakens. Explore the labyrinth with a curious and honest heart, and remember, though the way is circuitous, you are always being led towards its center. Okay, it's very interesting because I'm getting this energy here for you, Cancer, of like something reawakening, right, with this fault line energy. So there may be a situation around you that may feel a bit precarious is how it's coming through, and that you can no longer deny something. is how it's feeling. So maybe there's something around you where you know you have to make a change, or you know you have to go after this thing, or something like that. The fault line is tricky though, because I do feel like you're sort of taking cautious steps, but I feel like there's something here where it's like that is what's changing for you. There may be some sort of and then you have the kiss at the bottom of the deck. All of this very sensual energy is coming through. But the kiss talks about like the anticipation before coming together. That's how it's coming through for you. I do okay, the fault line is it just feels like a little bit like walking on a tightrope. Like there's a little bit of tension in this. It's like trying not to get diverted again is how it's feeling. Which I don't think you are, because with the hunter, it's coming through as being like you have a very clear goal and aim, and you will be going towards it. The fact that all three of these came out together does feel kind of like I do want to say like this like sudden change, because I feel like there's something here again where it's like it's almost coming through as being like all of the other distractions, so to speak, in quotation marks, or all the other like side paths or whatever they are, like I don't know, like potential timelines that maybe aren't in your highest good, those are being like eliminated is how it's feeling. And it's not in a bad way, Cancer. This feels kind of like it feels kind of like that energy of like I feel like whatever it is that like past event, I want to say, that caused you to become, I want to say like scattered. It's almost like your energy became scattered, or your energy became divided in some way, or it's almost like imagine like glass shattering, right? It's like all this glass became like into a million pieces. That's how it's coming through. Some sort of event caused that is how it's feeling. So I don't know how far, like how long ago this was for you. It doesn't feel like super ancient. Like it doesn't feel like childhood. It feels more like, I want to say more recent past, but anywhere between like, I don't know, not as much as 10 years, but could be, maybe. I want to say it's like between 5 to 7 years, somewhere in that timeline. There was some sort of event that sort of like, it's coming through a split your energy. It created all of these like shards. And so what's happening is that like there's this like correction where all of those scattered pieces, I want to say, are coming back together into this main timeline. And that's when you become the hunter with this like clear goal, clear aim, clear purpose. You're driven by passion. You're coming together with something that is in alignment for you. That's how it's coming through. Very interesting, Cancer. So it is, especially if your energy, or it feels kind of like your goals or your purpose has felt a bit scattered. It like maybe you've been sort of entertaining different options in something like it could be work related, doesn't have to be though, but it's kind of like your energy has been split or divided among many different things, and this is like the focusing of that. Yeah, spider web. The spider. which talks about purpose and dharma. I saw this video today of this huge branch that looked like it was floating midair, and of course what was happening is that it was attached by a spider web to a higher branch, but it looked like this branch was floating midair, and there was a bird perched on it as well. I don't know if that has any significance to you in some way. But again, the branching, I feel like it's something like that. And now I'm seeing this sort of like target, like a goal. I want to say it's like a particular goal, or purpose or aim or thing that you will now be attracting is how that's coming through. I love seeing the spider. It feels creator of prosperity through life's work. Its greatest gift, the spider's greatest gift is weaving the thread of dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the spider neither tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. Yeah, I am feeling this energy of like all of these sort of, interesting. It's not that there are like many different distracting timelines. I don't want to use that word anymore, but it feels kind of like paths, let's say. It's not that they're necessarily terminating there is how it's coming through, but it's more like they're being woven into the main timeline is how it's feeling. So it's kind of like, I don't know, maybe you have been feeling this sort of like, maybe in the past few years, maybe Cancer, you've been feeling sort of like trying all these different things that maybe didn't seem like they made any sense together is how it's coming through. Or maybe you've been drawn to different hobbies or like, you know, whatever it is for you. But then all of a sudden it kind of like focuses. But I want to say that they're not necessarily ending. It's more so that they're being woven together. So it makes more sense as a whole. That's how it's coming through. It's like you need all of these different strands, I want to say, to create the entire big picture. But I feel like there's it's almost like the central thread I don't know, maybe he was missing or something like that. To be honest, Cancer, all of the water sign readings that I've done recently do feel very connected. So you may want to watch the Pisces and Scorpio readings as well. Okay, could I get more cards for you, Cancer? Yeah, okay. The Moth and Gazelle. The Moth is more of that like hunter energy, right? Of like this sort of inevitable attraction towards some sort of flame, I want to say. So like lots of fire in your energy today, even though it's like there aren't, well, you have one fire card, which is the Gazelle, but that sort of looks like what you're going towards. The Gazelle talks about being very present. It does talk about sort of like a hypersensitivity, and making sure that that doesn't turn into a hypervigilance where you're expecting to see sort of like predators around. I don't think that's, but, well, that's the thing. It's interesting though, because you have the hunter and the gazelle. So I feel like maybe this is representing your goal or what it is that you're moving towards. Not in like a negative, like hunter prey kind of energy, but it's more so it's coming through as being like the goal, the thing that you're moving towards, whatever that is for you. It is feeling very inevitable. But I am getting this sort of like Wheel of Fortune moment, and then you have the elk. Yeah. This elk to me very oftentimes feels like being called to a certain I just heard destiny there, which feels quite intense, but I want to say it's more like I guess like feeling activated by something, like wanting to go towards a certain thing, or wanting to just like feeling compelled by in the best way possible, Cancer, to go towards something or to do something. It's this feeling of a calling. It almost is coming through as like a judgment energy today, right? Like making a choice to answer this call, whatever that is for you. And it is feeling very activating in the best way possible. You have, butterfly, a change for the better, and woman, dealings or relationships with a relationship with a woman. A change for the better, right? Like that's how it's feeling, for sure. There is something here though. I feel like that you may be needing to make a change, but again, it does feel kind of like this energy of correction. So I do feel like there is this change happening around you, right? Where maybe your circumstances are changing. I do feel like it is also something where it's like your luck may be turning, Cancer. Or that there is like this sort of Wheel of Fortune, divine timing, like right place, right time kind of thing that allows you to make some sort of change. And I feel like, so it allows you to make a change is how I'm going to leave it. But there is some sort of change happening. Desk, pay attention to your work. And then today these feathers on the desk look like the antenna on the moth. So your intuition may be telling you in which direction to go. It does feel like it could be work related, especially because the spider is here. It does feel like there is some sort of financial prosperity kind of thing that is also tied to your spiritual work or purpose, right? It's both spiritual and financial. That's how it's coming through. But I do feel like your intuition may be a strong guide for you at this time. And you will need to do some work on it. I'm also getting this energy here of like discovering like hidden it's coming through as like discovering hidden pockets of energy. I don't know what that means. Okay, the metaphor that I'm getting with this, there's the National Treasure movies with Nicolas Cage. There are, I think it was the second movie where he one of the clues are found in like these matching pairs of desks. One of them belonged to like Queen Elizabeth or Queen Victoria or someone. And there are like these hidden compartments inside the desk. That's what the image came through with today. So it's kind of like along this path, whatever it is, there are like hidden compartments of energy that give you clues towards the next thing. So it's kind of like, I don't feel like necessarily you have to go searching for them, Cancer, or that you have to do all this like, you know, like hunting down or whatever that is. It's just kind of like wherever you are now, keep in mind that there are things in your environment at the moment that are revealing themselves to you as being hidden pockets of treasure. I want to say, like, hidden pockets of treasure is just how it's feeling. Or clues or something that allows you to move forward, or like moves the journey along, or that kind of thing. And your intuition is key in deciphering what those clues are. And staff, you will be taken care of in difficult times. I don't have anything to say to that. It's just kind of coming through as a reassurance for you, Cancer. Cat, a two-faced friend. Muddled, unclear thinking. Can I get another card about that? Okay, you have broom, new home, new attitude, wreath, sorrow over a loss, and then parrot, someone will gossip about all your secrets. Okay. And then you have spear at the bottom of the deck. Heartache over what you no longer have. Okay. So I feel like there's something here of I need more cards about that. I'm not sure what that is. I do think you are cleaning up some sort of mental vibration about who you can trust, is how it's coming through. Okay, I'm going to come back to that because I'm not sure what that is. You have the devil coming out first. Knight of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Okay, so okay. I don't know if there's some sort of message in the National Treasure movies for you. I love those movies. They're so cheesy, but okay, the National Treasure movies, in the first one, Nicolas Cage was working with Sean Bean's character, and he ends up Sean Bean ends up betraying him, right? Like they were working together, but then Sean Bean doesn't want to split the treasure with him, so he betrays him. And that's what I'm getting as the devil. I'm getting something like that. So that feels like a past energy for you. That could also be the energy of that sort of like past event from the past where somebody did something to harm you, and maybe it's like you lost out on some sort of treasure. Maybe it did have some sort of financial impact on your life, where in the past there was you incurred a financial loss because Sean Bean's character, whoever they are to you, betrayed you, right? There could be something like that. And I feel like that's what caused this sort of like the timeline becoming disrupted, because you had to, with the Knight of Pentacles, almost like regain all your wealth, right? Like that's the energy that I'm getting. And so I feel like there's this point here where maybe you have done that, or you're working towards that, or you found this sort of like new quest that will restore that balance for you, or restore that timeline for you. where it's almost like it's almost as if that first event never happened. That's how it's coming through, right? Like the glitch that I'm getting for you is this energy of like, it's almost as if that thing never happened. It did, of course, and it had consequences, but it will no longer have consequences on your life. It's almost like that's disappearing. The negative consequences of whatever that past energy is disappearing like that, in like a glitch. That's how it's coming through. I don't know what that is for you. And something is being restored. But then what is this here? Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. I feel like if there was some sort of financial loss for you, it is turning into a financial gain, right? Like it is coming through like that. Maybe there's somebody in this, is like, sometimes this does come in with like a benefactor, especially because it's paired with the staff. You will be taken care of with the Six of Pentacles. It is feeling kind of like somebody's helping you with this, perhaps financially, but just take it if it resonates. But what is this energy over here? You have Six of Wands. Temperance. Justice. Okay. Five of Cups. Yeah, Five of Swords. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, Four of Swords. Okay, it's about healing the past. That's just what is coming through with this, because this Five of Swords to me does talk to me about like someone taking more than their fair share. So for lack of a better metaphor, it's Sean Bean's character betraying Nicolas Cage's character and like taking all the treasure for himself, right? Like that's the energy that's coming through with this. And there may be some sort of cloudy energy in this for you where that memory is being stirred up again. That's what you're clearing out, or you're being asked to clear out. And it's again with the gazelle, because this card does talk about like hypervigilance of like I want to say that there is something here of like like remembrance of that past event that is maybe causing you like being extra cautious, for example, right? Which makes a lot of sense. It's like you're maybe very careful in who you trust and who you let in, on who you invite on your treasure hunts, right? Like that kind of thing. It's coming through as being like a caution that is warranted, but also healing from that because there are no predators around is how that's coming through. I actually want to say that you were the hunter in this. And there is victory for you. I feel like though at the moment you may be in this process here at the Temperance of transmuting that energy. Like, so there could be something here where it is kind of feeling like energy can't be created, right? It can only be, or destroyed. It can only be transformed from one form to another. So it's kind of like maybe there is this energy here for you where it's whatever that past energy is, it does feel like it has had an impact on you. So you're in the process of transforming it into something else, right? Like I am also getting this energy of tying up loose ends, but it's wanting to come through as being like taking like the scraps of something. Like I am getting something like scraps, loose ends, waste, like things that are no longer in use. Like after you've finished creating something, you have all these like the scraps, right? And turning that into like compost. So it is feeling kind of like waste management for you, Cancer, which is just part of the process, like part of what you're engaged in right now with the temperance energy feels like taking all this waste energy and cleaning it up is how that's coming through, like taking all the loose ends, tying them off or whatever, and making space here with the broom. A new home and a new attitude. Almost as if that thing never happened is how it's feeling. Not that you should forget it either, Cancer, but it's also not gonna affect you from this point on. Two of Swords. And the King of Swords. A lot of swords in this spread today. Yeah, that it's coming through with Libra energy, and then Death. Then you have Two of Cups, Ten of Cups, Ace of Cups, and the Empress at the bottom of the deck, Cancer, which is amazing. But again, I think with the King of Swords, this is coming through with this energy of like not taking any shit from anyone is just how it's coming through. Like it is kind of feeling like there's some sort of like finality to something, especially when it comes to sort of like this energy of the cat and the parrot, where you may be okay, so it's kind of feeling like you may be faced with a repeat pattern of this past energy, but you clearly can identify it now, right? Like you can clearly see that would be repeating a pattern or a lesson that you have already learned. And so it's about just saying no to that, right? Like that's how it's coming through, whatever that is. And that helps you to, I want to say like take out the trash, whatever that is. I have no idea how that will come through for you, but it's like, that's not what you're after. That's not your goal. That's not what you're entertaining anymore, like whatever that is for you. So it's like clear no, and you're moving towards what is in alignment for you. Okay, Cancer. I'm going to leave it there. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.